Don't tell me you don't like it, because I've already paid the deposit for these, and I don't care. I mean, I do care, that's why I don't want you to say anything.
Not the kind of job he's planned on, but still, he enjoys it. He really looks forward to going to work every morning.
Scott Brown here. The last few episodes I've been working on Ray's place, and honestly, it's just made me want to continue our renovation. This house here, this is the back side of the house that hasn't really been touched, and right around the corner there is the bathroom that we need to do. Working at Ray's has also helped me realize one thing, and that is that renovations are made up of 1,000 little jobs. And in today's episode, it really felt like we were getting nowhere. And I was getting a little bit frustrated because I was trying to make an episode about it. And then when I went over the edit and thought about the video, I realized these are a perfect example of how renovations are made up of tiny little jobs. We did 3 little jobs that are crucial to the renovation as a whole. So we are going to do this renovation. That's coming up. We're going to continue this as we help Ray. Oh yeah, and towards the end of this video, we'll talk about our bathroom plans. We know what the bathroom's going to look like. Welcome to another exciting episode. Cats, always playing hard to get. Morning. Bit of an emergency. Both Ray and I bought some coffee gear, but between us is not enough to make coffee.
What part do you need?
I need the paper filters for the AeroPress.
I didn't bring my stovetop.
So we boiled water and we've got no way to filter coffee with it. How's the house going?
Without coffee, it's hard to say.
I see the mesh coming out the top here.
Yeah. I have the feeling that not everyone understood what we're trying to do here.
Do you want to reiterate or clarify?
I think there were some foreigners that said that where they are you just put full sheeting.
Like sheathing, they call it
Sheathing.
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 Yeah.
How do I say it? Sheathing. Listen to the foreigner. We got the membrane as the waterproof layer to protect the insulation, and then the membrane is held off the weatherboard by the mesh, and then on the inside of the frame we got our sheathing. It's a renovation, it's a retrofit. It's just this 2 walls that we're recladding, but the rest of the house we're not taking the cladding off.
Yeah.
So the design is to put the plywood sheeting on the inside of the frame and then tape it all. But yeah. It is true that nowadays they do put it on the outside of the frame, tape joints, put a cavity batten on the sheeting, and then the cladding.
Yeah. Years ago I went to Canada, like, I don't know, 10 plus years ago, and I saw a whole bunch of houses getting built and they were covered in plywood, and that was the first time I'd seen that. Here in New Zealand at the time, we only papered buildings like we're doing here. Since then, we're doing a lot more sheathing. Plasterboard sheathing, plywood sheathing, tape it all, but it's relatively recent in New Zealand. Like sheathing.
Sheeting, yeah.
I think it's sheath.
Sheath.
No, TH. Let's look it up.
Yeah, well, you got a lisp and I got an accent. So
Between the two of us.
Between the two of us.
We can't make coffee or talk. Sheathing is a foundational layer in building construction that provides structural support and a base for exterior finishes.
Sheathing.
Yeah. So we've got a big window going in here, big door rather. We want a level entry, flush. But of course to do that, you need to change the framing. The framing has been tinkered with over the years.
Apparently back in the day 2 blocks and a paver
were enough.
Fine as foundation.
Anyway, there's a lot of weight going into the store, so this needs to be better. So because some of this is coming down, you know, the support will be weakened. All that floor is coming right out here and resting on this bearer. So we're going to add another bearer behind this bearer. And that way we can check out more of this joist. Oh no, look, smoking.
Oh shit.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but we have extra bearing support. You need a coffee, don't you, Ray?
Yep.
One of those. Yeah.
I've resorted to watching my own videos.
Completely level, because obviously heavy windows, they need to slide smoothly.
Okay.
But also the sill on the inside of this window is going to be flush with the flooring on the inside of the room.
So it's the same thing there. So similar to that job, we are doing a reveal that is level with the floor, except this flooring is parallel to the door. On the other one, it was perpendicular. Oh, look who's here, what a lifesaver. You're a champion, Jess?
Yes, I am.
Let's go on a little tour of Ray's house, shall we? So I'm going through here to where we discussed the ensuite the last time we were here. Look at that, framed up. There's going to be a skylight up here somewhere, a round one. And this is the floor all framed up as well. I think the shower's probably going to go there, it's stepped down. So I guess there'll be a door here, probably a toilet there, because it looks like it's framed out for an in-wall system. So this must be for a mirror or something. So I guess the vanity's there, toilet's there, shower there. Goes to show you can squeeze a really small ensuite into a small house. Thanks for saving the day with the coffee, appreciate it.
Your requirements for saving the day are very low.
It's been tricky. We got another bearer in and we're figuring out a windowsill. Basically the windows are getting measured tomorrow and Ray needs to be ready for it.
Right.
But what have we been working on at our house?
Wow. Trying to plan for the bathroom, which is so much more difficult than I ever anticipated.
Yeah?
Yeah. You were there.
I was there.
Don't act like you don't know. Is that the ensuite?
This is the ensuite, yeah.
She wasn't kidding. World's smallest ensuite.
Yeah. Okay, stay tuned to the end of the episode and we'll go over our bathroom plan at our house. And that will be a door going out to the backyard.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. So the window guy's coming tomorrow now, and he's going to help Ray solve the problem of the windowsill. In the meantime, we're doing a weatherboard transplant.
It doesn't feel like cutting the door out, because that would mean cutting the board here. So it's more removing the boards, which exposes the door frame.
But why would you not just cut for the door and then whatever offcuts you end up with is what you use around there?
Because here I get a full board of say 4 meters.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna need my 4 meters. I mean, we're stepping out of one mine to roll into the next.
When Jess got here, we were talking about how it's the middle of winter here in New Zealand. The shortest day was last week. We don't hibernate in our society, right? We just keep working the same amount of hours, but the productivity, it dips. And then you start feeling bad about it as if it was something that you did wrong. But it's the middle of winter. I mean, that day last week, the shortest one was 6.5 hours less than the longest day here in Nelson. 6.5 hours.
At least another Finland.
Yay!
Yay!
We have another adventure.
Look
people.
What's going on here, Ray?
Well, what looked like just surface mold, just checking how deep it went, but I'm already like 20 mil in and it's still moldy.
So that rotten weatherboard that was there,
Yeah,
that's why it's important to replace the rot
yeah, love your painter.
as soon as possible.
But also this is a bracing element.
It's hard to get a run, isn't it, Ray?
Hard to get a what?
A run.
run.
It's hard to get momentum.
Well, I feel like running, but yeah, I've got 60 mil left, 35 mil is gone on a 95 mil stud.
Ooh.
The mycelium of the fungi, of the rot, is probably in deeper as well, it just hasn't consumed it yet.
Gee. So we're doing the right thing here.
Yes.
Okay, so we just got to put a bit of frame saver on this corner. I thought it'd be a great opportunity to show you what frame saver is.
It's a bit moist.
What is it? Oh my god.
I didn't have a brush, so I just took some Oltex, some surface mounted sound insulation.
So this is a tool.
Yeah, you don't have to buy all your tools, you know, you can just make them yourself.
So that's what you're gonna... Okay.
But I don't know, this has been out in the rain, so
How much are paintbrushes again?
it's not the price, Scott. It's
It's the principle.
yeah, the time spent.
Oh,
I did find a brush. I bought this 20 years ago in Rotterdam.
seriously?
No.
Alright, so frame saver is just a chemical that you treat the timber with, and then the bugs don't like to eat the timber because they don't like the chemical. It's a good thing for retrofit.
I actually think it's the same stuff they treat the pink timber with. It's
Oh, really?
boron.
This stuff here.
I found something else you can give me shit about.
Oh, please.
I have been using this quite a bit, but it has a hole in the bottom.
Okay.
But if you just tilt it on its side, it's still fine to use. I didn't know Scots were stingy, actually. But
Well, you've heard that saying, right?
say it with a heavy Scottish accent.
Oh, copper wire was invented by two Scotsmen fighting over a penny. That wasn't a very good
I
accent.
think we had a commenter who put that in.
Yeah. Just make sure you tilt that bucket the right way. Yeah. So now the replacing of this stud is turned into insulating the exterior corner because we had the opportunity to. Before we couldn't access it, so we had a cold point there that we couldn't do anything about. Now we can. Now we can stuff insulation in there.
I just think this shows how exciting building is. Like, it's just surprises every corner.
Exactly.
You know, you think you do one thing and then... No.
You never get bored. You might get bored, but we never get bored.
Frustrated? Yes, but bored? No.
No. Look, it's the middle of winter. We've got spring flowers. I think the tree's a bit confused. Squarespace! Squarespace is an all-in-one platform where you can build your online presence and run your business. They make it really easy to make a website for people who don't know code like myself. You don't need to know code because they have thousands of templates to choose from. And when you scroll through those templates, you'll be able to find something that will match the look and feel of the business that you're trying to promote. And if it's an e-commerce business, that's good because they have e-commerce tools built into the platform as well. Squarespace also have SEO tools built in, so your website will show up in Google search results, for instance. You can invoice your clients via Squarespace, and they even have AI tools to help you generate a website, which will save you a whole bunch of time. And it's just a fantastic website builder. So if you want to take all the difficulty out of making a website, then give it a try. They have a free trial, so you got nothing to lose. But once you're ready to launch, make sure you go to squarespace.com/Scott Brown Carpentry, and then you can save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Oh, I need my glasses too, because I can't see either.
People pick colours that they like to wear.
I mean,
These are the tiles for our bathroom.
the other jumper I have is quite similar.
So did looking at Ray's ensuite help you?
Yes.
A little bit?
A little bit with the heated towel rail. Maybe I've now flipped back to the vertical one because it might actually save space. It's not my favourite look. I think it's a bit messier, but I understand functionally maybe. Everyone I've seen, they've been like really chunky, but the lady in the shop yesterday said they could get them slimmer. So
Yeah, you're worried about the way the towel is hanging. So we've basically been planning a bathroom for the last month or so. That's the next big thing on our renovation. And we've been going over plumbing websites and sinks and taps. And similar to Magda and Ray, our bathroom is small, so the decisions have to be smart.
oh yeah, your whole theme is a renovation is 1,000 little jobs, right? Right now the 1,000 jobs is just planning and tedious emails and asking questions and trying to figure it out and then like doing a million different layouts. The space is so tiny, we started playing around with the layout down to the millimetre, and we realised if we made the window more narrow, so quite a skinny window, and then if we got vertical towels and anyway shifted the whole layout, then we could actually also fit in some storage. So now we're doing it completely differently to what we thought we were doing. Okay, so this is the layout that we've pretty much decided on. You walk in and there'll be a full length but skinny window right there, shower to your right. That's the heated towel rail. This is a sort of a gap because actually the heated towel rail is going to hang over because it's not enough space. And then a small vanity with a holder for the towel, the basin, and then here's the toilet. So it is going to be like you will be sitting on the toilet next to the sink, but I think we figured out you probably have enough space, and then the door closes. So this is the view when you walk in the door. So you look straight forward at this window, there's the shower, there's the towels, there's the sink, there's the bog. And then here is, we have to pack out the wall because it's a wall hung toilet. And then so we'll use that as a little shelf, and then we'll do some like wall hung mirror cabinet things. And then this wall looks like this. So you got your toilet, you got your little vanity with the sink, and then the towels, and then this is your little recess with the shelf, mirrors, and then maybe open shelves, maybe like a wall hung sconce here to light up your face if you're doing your makeup or whatever. And then this is kind of the 3D model of it. So here's the door, walk in, there's the window, there's a shower, heated towel rail, vanity, sink, toilet, and this is Scott's hiking backpack that he wants.
I got it.
Oh yeah, true. We have actually though, after I think like 9 months, made a decision, and just in the nick of time, because they were literally almost sold out of this tile, and we just got the last little bit, so you can't copy us. We picked this tile. It's called
It's terracotta.
It's not terracotta. It's not actual terracotta,
Really?
which you wouldn't want because you have to seal it. It just is like a terracotta-y, but almost a reddish terracotta colour, which I really like. We're not going to tile the whole bathroom because like the cost of the tiles and the labour would be ridiculous. So we're going to tile the floor, the shower, and half a wall behind the vanity, and then the rest of it we're going to paint in this sort of same. Well, I think I'm like 97% on this, and this is Earthquake Flat by Dulux. Don't tell me you don't like it, because I've already paid the deposit for these, and I don't care. I mean, I do care, that's why I don't want you to say anything, because I questioned everything a million times. Anyway, and then originally we were thinking taps and that in like a brass, sort of similar to the kitchen, but to be honest, I've kind of gone off it. I don't know. If it's the only option, sure, but then I got these samples of copper. How much nicer is that? The gunmetal is definitely like quite like a harsh masculine look, which isn't necessarily bad. So I'm kind of leaning towards that. And then if the copper, because we've not gotten prices yet, so if the copper is just like way out of our budget, then maybe this.
So where we last left our renovation series was roughly here. I was working on the laundry behind Jess. The skylight we put in I lined all of this. We finished this green room. I think that was the last thing we were doing. And that is now our problem room. It's absolutely filled with junk. You can have a look if you want, but don't judge us.
They can't judge us, because everyone's got one.
So yes, we have our problem room. We have our laundry, which is like 80% done. I've just ordered all the hardware to complete that. We'll do that very soon. This room is going to be a toilet. So right now it's just a shell of a room. So we've got to close all that in and get that toilet functioning before we even touch the bathroom. And then next to there is the existing toilet. And to make our bathroom a bit bigger, we're joining these two. That's what Fine Line Architecture came up with. Great idea. Bigger bathroom. And then eventually we'll do the office and we'll do the snug. And then the house will be complete. But there's 1,000 jobs, right? One little job at a time. The bathroom.
Just in case you've forgotten what our current bathroom actually looks like, join me in the bog, why don't you? So, some real classic 70s design elements, a brown toilet. What were they thinking?
I mean, we still might put a brown toilet in.
No, we will not.
Why not?
Oh my good God. And this one is like, so this toilet is particularly embarrassing because at some point in the last however many years, someone has poured like concrete or quickcrete down the toilet and then tried to flush it away. And it's all solidified. And it looks like stains, but it's not. And any time someone comes around for the first time, I'm like, it's not what you think, we do clean the toilet. And I mean, I don't think we should show you because it looks like something else, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's concrete. It's awful. It's awful. Bathroom. Can you see that I have more room than I need to touch both fingers to either side? I'm touching both walls right now.
We have to take turns brushing our teeth.
Yeah, there's always the danger when you're in there at the same time. One of you will just fall into the bathtub. There's also, listen to this. I probably can't tell, it's quite loud. And then we've got, I don't even want to touch it. We think that's rotten.
Oh yeah, that's definitely rotten.
That's definitely rotten. So actually, maybe we just
push that back down.
Cover that up.
It's too dark in here to...
I don't know if you can see that, but that's what comes off the windows. A little bit of black mould. So this is a south-facing room, which in the southern hemisphere is the colder side. So the light is really cool, but it kind of works because I actually think the cool light almost makes it richer.
It's like a warm...
Yeah, the warmness of the tile is, if you did a really cool colour in here, it would feel very cold. But we want the bathroom to feel like warm and like cozy and yeah. So then that's the copper. Oh, I like that one so much, and I guarantee you that will be the most expensive.
Thank you.
It sort of does just look black though. That's the thing.
Depends how light hits it, I guess.
I mean, that's so nice.
So yeah, this is what we've been planning for weeks. And why we haven't been launching into the bathroom renovation. Everything
just takes 100 times longer than you think it's going to take. Particularly if you're not just doing it on the cheap, which we're not just trying to do the cheapest renovation. Oh, I don't want to drop that. That's the brass. I mean, actually, in this cool room, the brass doesn't look quite so, like, garish. Yeah, I mean, the brass could work. Oh, sorry.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh. Right, but yeah, so you get...
The idea.
The idea.
Okay, so we have a whole bunch of little jobs to do before this bathroom even begins. So we'll talk about all our decision making and everything we decide on as we're about to start the bathroom. This is as far as we've got so far.
But we want to try buy everything before we start to spread the cost and also just like have it there because we're going to be without a bathroom while we're doing this. So as much as we can minimize that time.
We'll have that toilet though. That's why I'm doing the toilet first.
So far the hard decision we've made is the tile and probably the adjoining paint. Beyond that, I mean, what do you think? Do you think brass? Do you think gunmetal? Do you think copper?
What to stay away from in a bathroom? Any pros and cons of a bathroom renovation you've done already? Let us know. Yeah,
tell us your mistakes, actually.
That's helpful, right?
That's really helpful. Tell us the things you regret, especially if you have a small bathroom.
I'll have to make a video like that for the kitchen one of these days.
Yes, because the kitchen's wonderful, but there's definitely things that we would have done differently.
Yeah.
This is all quite overwhelming. There's so many things. This sink is so nice. This little one for the toilet. But, man, that's so nice.
All right.
How much is that?
Sometimes options are a problem.
Well, it's okay, because if the options aren't in your budget, then you just can't even consider them. But that doesn't mean I don't like looking at pretty pictures.
Not cut there.